Today we'll be looking at building a Costa Cafe. We've used brick exterior and added some red and black concrete to make it look nice and modern like a Costa. It has a wood interior, but you can do whatever flooring you choose. We have some fantastic working coffee machines that give you cups of coffee, as you can see here, and a seating area out the back with some umbrellas. Okay, to get yourself started, you will need smooth stone, black concrete, red concrete, glass panes, bricks, brick stairs and a brick wall, and some quartz pillar. We'll look into how to build the cups of coffee later and the interiors separate. To get yourself started, you'll need to use smooth stone to build 21 across and 26 back. To give yourself a rectangle like this, this is the base of your Costa. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do now is build our four corners. So as you can see, I've left a gap of 2 on both sides, and we've counted back 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to build up 6 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And behind this, we're going to build a pillar of 7, like so. And we'll do the same on the other side. We've come in 2, back 3, and on the 4th one, we build a pillar of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And behind it, a pillar of 7 bricks. Oops. Okay. Further back, you're going to count in 2, and we're going to count back 7 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we'll do the same as we did at the front. 6 blocks up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 7 behind it. Whoops. And the same on the other side. On the top of all 4 pillars, you just need to place a set of brick stairs. And there are our 4 corners done. Now we're going to connect them up. To do this, you're going to go behind your front pillars, down to the 3rd space, and just connect them with a row of bricks on both sides. Like so. And we're going to do this at the back of our building as well. So you should have this U shape like this. On top of this back row, you can add your brick stairs. And we'll connect these 2 sets of brick stairs up as well. Fantastic. Now, the last bit we're going to do for our brick is joining the tops of both the sides. Like so. And for now, that is the back and sides of our building. Now we're going to use the black concrete to do the front of our building. So to do this, we're going to count up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Along 4. And on the 5th one, we're going to go up 4 again. Like so. And we're going to do this on both sides. And there are where our windows will go. We're going to just put a nice row of red concrete across the top of these, and you're going to bring this out so it works like a canopy. On top we'll have 2 rows of red concrete going up, and this is where our sign will go. So the front should look a little something like that. Once you've done that, you can fill in the black concrete with glass panes, which you should have a window of 4 across by 4 up. And the same on the other side. Using our brick wall, bring it right out to the front, so 3 down, and along so it's in line with this black concrete here. So we've got a nice wide entrance as we go into our Costa. And there you have the front of the building. Okay, we're going to go to the back of the building now, and we're going to do something very similar. So we're going to draw in our black concrete again, same as before. So we go up 4, have a gap of 4 here, and then up 4 again on both sides. Like so. Our red concrete goes across the top, same as the front. However, this time we're not going to put it out for a canopy, and we're just going to do these 5 blocks of brick here and change those for red concrete. And that's where the back sign of Costa will be placed. And now you can fill in your glass panes, same as before. Okay, for the sides of the building, again, we're going to have a very similar fill. We're going to go up 4, across 4, but this time we're not going to push this into the ground. And our windows are going to be 4 along, but only 3 high. And we're going to do this on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like so. Again, you're going to have red concrete going along the top here. Whoops. And we're going to fill the gap with bricks, including this one here and this one here. And you're going to do the same on the other side of the building, because our Costa is going to be quite symmetrical. Obviously, if you place your Costa between 2 other buildings in maybe, say, a downtown area, you might not need to worry about this side detail. Oh, ignore all the Minecraft noises. Spooky dungeons and running water. Okay, and I'm going to fill the centre in with bricks, like so. Okay, so for our Next part, we're going to connect up these brick stairs here. And we're going to add in the side detail to fill in those gaps on the side walls. So to do this, you're going to use your quartz pillar and we're going to place it sideways. I feel it just makes it look slightly less boring, adds a little bit more texture to our building. Whoops. Okie dokes, and we're going to do a similar part thing on the inside of our two walls here. Again, I just like the idea of it breaking things up a little bit. So I'm going to put a brick in the corner, I'm going to go across 4, place another brick, 3, place another brick, and then 4 again. And then this corner square will be bricks again. It just adds that nice feel to the building to make it look a little bit different. And there you have it. Okay, so now we're going to focus on the ceiling, the roof, and placing the lights. So for this, you are going to need, let's get rid of all of that. You're going to need some blocks of quartz. For the roof, we're going to use smooth stone. And for the lights, we're going to go with sea lanterns because they look quite industrial. Okie dokes, so we're going to place our quartz ceiling here. You can go along and you could place all the blocks individually, but I'm just going to use a fill command to save some time. So I'm going to fill from one corner to the opposite corner. Paste that in, add my next coordinates, and I'm using quartz blocks. And as so, it's filled in my ceiling for me. And I'm going to do the same with my roof, but this time I'm using smooth stone. And there we have our ceiling and our roof. Before we place the lights, actually I think we'll do our signs for the front. Okay, for this you're going to need a loom. And you're going to need some banners. So you're going to need red banners. You're going to need some white dye and a little bit of red dye. Okay, so I'm going to go into my loom, I'm going to use one of my banners and I'm going to place the white dye, and we're going to do the easy letters first. So we're going to start with a C, we'll do the left, the top and the bottom. That gives me my C. O will be next. Now I like the letters on my sides quite chunky, so I've used each side separately rather than using the simple border one, because I find that this border is too thin. Now I'm going to skip the S for a second and I'm just going to focus on getting the easier letters done. So I'm going with T next, and I'm going to then do the A. Again, just going to do sides, the top and the centre. Now for the S, Costa's S isn't a straightforward S, it's a slightly fancier one. So you're going to do a white diamond, and this is where we're going to do something a bit different. We're going to place our red dye and you're going to cut through the centre like this, switch back to your white dye and place this dot like so, and it gives you this really nice S style for our signs. Okay, once you've got those, take your S, make sure you place it in the centre of your doorway, and then you can place your other letters. And there you have your sign for the front, and we use the same banners to do the sign for the back. Again, put your S in the centre. Whoops. And there you go, you have your signs. Okie doke, so now we're going to do our lighting and our flooring. So for the floor, I used oak planks, and we've got sea lanterns for our lights. So we're going to come into and along one here, and we're going to place our first sea lantern. Leave a gap of 4 and do the same. And you're going to leave a gap of 4 between all of the lights, and they should line up nicely. Like so. And that's enough light to light up the whole of your interior. So we're going to do the oak planks. Again, I'm just going to use a quick fill command to do the whole of my interior. Go one corner, the opposite corner, oak planks, and then all I need to do is fill in the 2 doorways. Like so. And there we have the basis for our Costa. Okay, we're going to now do the front part. So you're going to need some black glazed terracotta, and you're going to place this on each side. These will be your plant pots, or you can just place some dark oak leaves, like so. It's just a nice little touch. You're going to have some dark oak stairs, which we're going to use as seating, iron bars, and black carpet for the tables. And there's the front of your Costa complete. Out the back of your Costa, we're going to do something very similar. So you're going to want some black wool for the tables, and I'm going to put 4 chairs around this one. I think I'm going to place another one here, another one there, and I'll put another one here. You could put more or as few or as many tables as you like. And the iron bars need to go up too. They're for your umbrellas. Whoops. Okay, and there is the basis for your tables. You're going to need some string and red carpet to do the umbrellas. Okay, so I'll show you one umbrella and then we'll move on and you can just do the rest. Place a piece of red carpet, and then you're going to use the string to go around this top part of your pole, which enables you to place the carpet on the top, like so. Giving you a really nice umbrella over your table. Whoops. And then we can finish those 2 in a moment. So for our interior, you are going to need some item frame, some sea lanterns, smooth quartz stairs, some smooth quartz, cyan terracotta, red concrete, black concrete, some black stained glass panes. We'll also need some dark oak stairs for the chairs and bits and pieces for the tables, but we'll come to those in a bit. So first we're going to come to the front part of our Costa and we're going to put in this food kiosk here. It's going to be 6 long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want you to destroy this bit of floor here and put some sea lanterns in. This lights up our kiosk really nicely from underneath. We're going to put those on the top and then we're going to come up here, place our stairs on the top there and along the top here. And that's the basis for your kiosk. I like using this light blue stained glass, but you can use any colour glass you choose. I think that just adds a nice little touch to the edges there. And then, whoops, place in your item frames. And then choose any food of your choice. So I tend to go for some apples and some watermelon, because Costa generally has a healthy option. We'll add some cake and cookies in, because who doesn't like cake? And obviously Costa always sell sandwiches. They've got some really nice sausage and caramelised onion sandwiches and ham and cheese paninis and things, so we'll put all that in there. And there we have our food kiosk. Now we're going to build in our counter. So we build right next to it, we come out 4, build all the way along, leaving a gap at the end here and leaving a gap there. In this gap we're just going to put our trapdoor, and that's so our servers can come in and out. And I like to add a nice little touch in this empty space by just building another plant pot. I just think it just adds a nice little feel to the place. Okay, your cyan terracotta, that's going to be your countertop at the back, where we will be building some coffee machines and making it look like a working kitchen. Okie dokes, we can get rid of all of that now. Now we're going to build our tables and chairs. This is a nice easy bit. I'm sure most of you are perfectly equipped to doing this, as you would have done it many times before you've come to this tutorial. So I like building a nice little corner bench in here. Like so. With a slightly larger table. Obviously you can place your seating wherever you like. This is just the layout that I was quite happy with. There we go. And our last table there. Before I build the rest of my tables, I'm just going to place my queue here. So I'm going to use some red concrete, black carpet on top. I just think it gives it that extra depth to it. Black concrete along the bottom and black stained glass. Just gives us this queuing section. Now I've got that, I can see I've got a nice big empty space in the centre where I can add some more chairs and tables. So I think I'm going to add some 2-seaters in here. And leave a gap. And then we've got a nice variety of corner seats, tables for 2 and tables for 4. Okay, now I'm just going to add again a little added extra just to make it break up the room slightly by adding some separators in between my seating. I did something very similar in the pub, but I quite liked it. I think it just adds a bit more interest in the room. Okay, our last step then is to finish off this kitchen. So the first thing we're going to do here then is change this floor to black concrete. You don't have to, but I quite like it looking slightly different to the rest of the room. Okie doke, so now we're going to have to think about where to build our coffee machines. So for this you're going to need some armour stands. We've got pistons, sticky pistons, droppers. You're going to need to keep your sign terracotta. You're going to keep the black concrete. You're also going to need some quartz stairs. And we're going to be using lots of bits and pieces of redstone. Okay, so you're going to need to follow nice and closely. Pause when you need to. Break these two, because I'm going to build 2 coffee machines, so I'm going to do it at the same time. You might only want 1. There are my 2 armour stands. Above the armour stands, place your sign terracotta and pistons. So it should look like this. Use your block of redstone to activate them. Now I want them to go down one further, and this is going to help me build my coffee machine. So now you have your quartz stairs and your counter back in place. Perfect. Okay, we're going to put some item frames on the sides, which we'll decorate with some cocoa beans later as a finishing touch. So next, I want to just break away this flooring here. So I'm going to place a dropper in front of this one. But because I want them to work slightly differently, I'm not going to place it here, I want to place it there. So they're slightly further apart. I'm going to break away this central bit here and place a sticky piston. Come on. There we go. Like so. With a block of redstone in front of it. Now under your second coffee machine you need to place a redstone repeater. Like so. And some redstone dust. Now don't place it in this block because this is going to help us activate it later. So this goes to one of your droppers. And then we're going to wire that round to your other dropper there. And this is where your cups of coffee come in. These are custom player heads. I'll leave a link in the description as to how you can build those. I'm not going to show you that just now. But you will need a command block, and then you can just copy and paste a link, and that will help you in creating these cups of coffee, which are just a nice little extra. You can always use milk buckets or flower pots, I suppose. Okie dokes, let's check this works with an oak button. There. You get some coffee out. Fantastic. Okie dokes. It won't be as excitable once you've added your floors back in. Cover all the front of the cabinets with item frames. And I'm going to use oak planks to put some handles in, like so. And now you're just going to decorate the last few finishing touches. So I like using some of those cups of coffee there. I'm gonna use some cocoa beans. I'm gonna use some milk and sugar, and just finish some decorations here. Let's put some milk and some sugar. And the last thing I want to do is cover up those countertops, because I want to make sure that sticky piston looks way more in line with the rest of my counters. And there you have it, your finished Costa. You may choose to add bins. I haven't added a bin in. You might choose to do your decor slightly different, but that gives you a working Costa. Enjoy!